Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be doing swatches and a look of the new Blend Bunny 20 Shade Ultra Glam palette. I have that right here. I was so excited when I saw the Blend Bunny was launching this palette. When I look at the color story, it reminds me of kind of a grungy, ultra soft glam color story. I just think this is so freaking pretty with these just gorgeous like fall autumnal shades in here. This little zone right here is just really jumping out at me. I think that is so freaking pretty. This palette, as I mentioned, has 20 shades. Blend Bunny's previous palettes, I think the Surge palette as well, that's the only palette that I don't currently own, had 30 shades. This is the Dollhouse palette so that you can see it just in comparison by size to the new Ultra Glam palette. So this is what the Dollhouse palette is looking like in comparison to the Ultra Glam. I just thought this was so freaking pretty. Next to my Hudson Valley palette from Nomad, this is currently, I believe, my favorite autumnal fall themed color story. Like I said, I just think this is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to drop in some close-ups of the palette and some swatches that I did for this video. The mattes are Blend Bunny's traditional, just super smooth, buttery matte formula. They swatched beautifully. They were super pigmented. Even the lighter tones in the top swatched beautifully. As far as the shimmers, oh my god. They're just as beautiful as the shimmers in the previous Blend Bunny palettes, but more elevated. They are so creamy and super shiny and like shifty. They remind me a lot of the shades in the Noctilucent highlighter palette. They do have a slight micro glitter kind of a texture to them, but it's so finely milled that it just blended right into the skin when I was doing the swatches. She has definitely elevated her formulas with this palette, and I am very excited to put together a look. Let me tell you my blush and highlighter details real quick. For blush, I'm using from Amuse Cosmetics. This is the Powder Blush in Perfect Bliss. It's just a beautiful warm tone, kind of a peachy brown. One of my favorite blushes in my entire collection. And for my highlighter, I'm using from Aloe Studio the Dewy Cream Highlighter in Silk. It's just a super creamy, wet looking highlighter. This is currently in my project pan, and as you can see, I have made a nice little dent in this. I'm going to go ahead real quick and prime my eyelids in my Colourpop eyeshadow primer in Caramel. This is currently one of my favorite eyeshadow primers. The first shade that I'm going to dip into is Unexpected, which is this beautiful grungy mustard yellow. That is one of the shades that just got my heart pumping when I first saw this color story. And then to deepen that, we're going to dip into Transform. So let's first lay down Unexpected, and then we'll go from there. All right, off the bat, that is so super pigmented. I'm just going to lightly blend this into the crease, going into the outer corner. And that is blending like a dream, just like the previous palettes that I have used from Blend Bunny. That is so pretty, so super grungy. You guys, I am so super excited. I got a message on Instagram from one of my favorite brands reaching out to me, asking me if I would like to be on their 2023 PR list. Of course, I said yes. I jumped right to it. I'm not going to say what the brand is just yet. I want to make sure that, all the details are in order first. But yeah, I am very, very excited. Going into 2023, it's going to be starting off to be a really, really good year. I'm going to take the same brush. By the way, this is the Beauty Bay Detail Crease Brush. I didn't say which brush I was using at first. We're going to take this and dip into Transform and lay that on the outer corner. Have you guys seen the new Profusion palette? I can't remember what it is called, Magic Castle or something like that. But when I saw it, immediately, the packaging is kind of like a triangular stained glass window, and it opens like this. And it reminded me so much of the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I dropped a picture of it on my community tab if you guys want to go check it out. Let me know if you would like to see me, if you would like me to purchase that palette and review it. If I see enough interest, I'll pick up the palette and do like a little tutorial and review on it. But I just thought it was so funny how much the packaging reminded me so much of the Shade and Light palette from Kat Von D. I am loving how grungy and glam this look is coming out. Take a little bit more of that deeper shade and just deepen the outer corners. I'm going to take this little small detailed brush from Eloise, and we are going to go back into Unexpected and just blend that along the lower lash line. I'm getting a late start today. It is almost 2 o'clock. I had intended on filming a little bit earlier, but I had some things I needed to get done, and then I got into watching Quantum Leap. I've been re-watching the original Quantum Leap series. I started getting into the Quantum Leap revival, and it just really got me back into wanting to watch the original, so I've been kind of binging it on Peacock, and I am about a third of the way through the 5th season. I have almost completely binged the entire series. So yeah, that kind of caused me to get a little bit of a later start today. Taking a little bit more Unexpected and just kind of taking it along the top. I kind of lost the shade a little bit when I blended in that Transform, the deeper shade. That's going to be it for our mattes. Now let's dip into our shimmers. I'm going to take this flat shader brush from Joa. What do I want to go into? I think I want to go into Starlit. It is more of a kind of a deeper coppery, yellowy kind of a gold. Lay that on the lid, and I might dip into something else for my inner corner. The rest of these shades are more on the cool tone side, but we'll see what happens when I lay this shade down first. And I'm pretty sure I'm not going to have to wet it. It was extremely super smooth in the swatch. Oh, wow. Oh, that is so shiny. It just feels so creamy and buttery, even laying it down on the eyelid. It just feels so smooth. Oh, that is gorgeous. Since I have the palette out in front of me, I'm going to go ahead and dip to the Dollhouse palette, and we're going to take Pin Curls right here with the smallest Blend Bunny brush. I believe this is the B2. We're going to lay that in the inner corner. Like I mentioned, the rest of the shimmers in this palette are very cool tone, and I want something a little bit warmer. And this one is just slightly lighter and more glow shade that we already laid down. So that's going to make a perfect inner corner highlight, just kind of brighten that area. All right, so that is going to be it for the mattes. I'm going to go ahead and go off camera, do my liner, do my lashes, and then we will come back and we will try out one of these little lips that I also picked up as part of this collection. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swatch out these liquid lipsticks alongside the lip pencils to see which one I want to use. The only thing that I would have changed is putting the shade on the lip pencil. As you can see, they basically look exactly the same. Unless you take off the lid and like roll them up, you're not going to know which shade is which though. I wish she would have put the shade names on the lip pencils, but that's the only thing that I would have changed. This one looked like it was more of a pinky nude. They feel super creamy going on in the swatch. All right, so that is Dollface, the lip pencil, and the liquid lipstick. This next one is Leica Pro. This one is more of a red. I thought I got one that had more of an orange tone to it. Maybe I was wrong. All right, so there is Leica Pro, the lip and the liquid lipstick and the lip pencil. Very creamy. I'm not sure which one of these is really going to go with my eye look. Like I said, I thought I had picked one that had a more of a warmer, kind of an orangey tone to it. I guess we'll just go ahead with Leica Pro. The other one, a pinkier tone, I just don't think it's going to work very well with this look. This lip pencil is so super creamy. Now for the liquid lipstick, and I am going to wait a couple of minutes to see if it does dry down. It's very, very creamy going on. This color isn't too bad with this eye look. I will say that I am not too fond of the actual applicator itself. It's kind of hard and stiff. It's not very soft and flexible. All right, so let's give this a minute and see if it dries down, and then we'll do a little kiss test. Now for our kiss test, you can see that I do have product left over on my hand just from the swatches alone that would not come off with a makeup wipe, so that is a good sign. So it's mostly dried down. There's a little bit left on the outer corner, but as you can see, it does seem to be pretty transfer resistant. I will say that it does feel a little tight and dry on the lips. I prefer something a little bit creamier in texture, but we will see how well it wears throughout the day. If I can remember, I will drop a pinned comment down below letting you guys know how it wore throughout the day. Sometimes I forget, but I will do my best to remember. That is going to be it for this video. The eyeshadow palette was absolutely stunning. I loved all the shades that I used today. They blended beautifully on the eyelids. This grungy yellow, freaking pretty. I like the idea of the lip kits, but so far I'm not super fond of the way that it feels on the lips. I might try adding a lip mask underneath and seeing how that feels and if it makes the formula feel a little bit more comfortable. We will see. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give the video a thumbs up. It really does help with my channel. If you're new to my channel and you are not already subscribed, I would love it if you would consider joining my little family and hitting subscribe, and make sure you tap the notification bell so you get notified of any videos coming up in the future. That's very important so you don't miss anything. You can also follow me on my other socials. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Be safe, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.